Hey, Bryan here, another episode of Critical Reactions. Probably already read in the title. We are doing another Bring Me the Horizon track. This time I actually got a request to do one of the earlier songs. So here we go doing that. This one is called I Used to Make Out with Medusa off of their first CD ever. So, I don't know what to expect going into this. I've listened to some of their older stuff, so I kind of have an idea that it's going to be it's going to be harder to listen to than Ludens. So, but I can't say I've listened to this specific song. So let's see what we got here. And I used to make out with Medusa. Alright, we got some metalcore, progressive metal, a little bit of death metal. There's the death, definitely. I'm getting, from instruments, I'm getting a very heavy human abstract feel to it. Now see, I'm enjoying the instruments a lot more than the vocal. And you can tell there's been a lot of maturation between here and Ludens. Did he just yell psych? I don't hate it. And they've done a couple of changes with time modulation so far. So I'm digging that. They're making a lot of use of sound. I don't want to say noise, but sounds. A lot of what just happened, I don't know if that was a verse or a pre-chorus or what, I can't really tell where we're at right now. But it's not so much about musicality, about the way it feels and the way it sounds. Just like that squeal on the guitar, it's not so much about hitting a note as much as just hitting the squeal, getting that specific sound. It's interesting that we almost went into something melodic there, and we went right back to the verse, the chaos of the verse. Alright, so we just dropped that into a halftime feel. Went from like real fast, almost speed metal, not quite speed metal, but getting there. Real fast notes, dropped it in the halftime to kind of give that breakdown a little bit of a chillness. There we go. And sticking that halftime for a little bit. Now, it's not so much a critique about Bring Me the Horizon as much as just a critique of metal in general, but these solo sections don't tend to change scales too much, chords. They don't have much of a chord progression. So the solos themselves don't really feel like they're going anywhere. They're kind of sitting in the same space. Again, not really a jab at them, just kind of a jab at the genre as a whole. We don't see very many chord progressions under solos. Good use of syncopation here, getting the whole band involved in it, creating empty space between the hits, the notes, playing a little bit with silence, which is good because a lot of the song has been a lot of sound at the same time. So giving the music a little bit of room to breathe helps the song feel less constrained. And I think so late into the track, it needed that. That was nice. Kind of gave the illusion of ending the track, winding everything down, coming right back in. Nice hammer on. I think my biggest critique of the song would be that there doesn't seem to be much progression to it. There's been 5 or 6 different musical sections, and they don't have any connection to each other. They're just... That was it? Yeah, they have all these musical ideas, and they don't connect them at all. It's just we have this section, we have this section, we have this section, and kind of like what YouTube kind of does. Well, not YouTube as a service, but a lot of YouTubers do, is they just cut between them, and there's no transition. There's no smooth. We were here, we're going there. Here's the journey. Here's how we're going to do that. No, it's like a teleportation. Like you were here, bam. Now we're in this different section. Bam. Now we're in this different musical idea. Bam. Now we're doing this, and that's not. I'm not gonna say it's bad. There's no way to write. There's no wrong way to write music, but I prefer transitions to be. I prefer to have both of them. I think a song benefits most when you can keep your listeners guessing while not sweeping them off their feet. There's definitely a craft in sudden juxtaposition, but I think it's a tool that should be used uh, limitedly. It's something that you should use occasionally to kind of introduce a little spice to more of the natural transitions, where you actually feel the song shifting into another idea, and you can see how they connect. This was just a bunch of desperate ideas smashed together, and again, it's not bad. I'm not going to say that this was a wrong way to write a song. I just personally did not enjoy it as much as I think it could have. I think it could have been a better song as far as I'm concerned. I have no idea what the song was about. I guess he used to make out with Medusa. I guess as long as he made out with his eyes closed, he'd be fine according to the lore, but I have no idea what any of the lyrics were. And it's not like I'm new to extreme vocalists. Um, I typically don't have that big of an issue making out some words at least on a first listen, and I got nothing. I don't know if it was an issue with the singing style itself, if there was just not enough enunciation. I know a couple of times his voice got drowned in the mix, especially on the growls. So I wish I could comment on what the song meant, what the lyrics were going for, but I didn't catch a single word. I don't think. uh, but like I said at the beginning, there's definitely a maturation between this and Ludens, and I'm not saying that just because Ludens is more withheld or more poppy, or it's a more serious song or anything like that. It's just that musical ideas grow over time, and your relationship to musical ideas grow over time. And this song is almost a by the numbers, mid 2000s progressive death metal song. Even I mean even his singing style is very death metal. It's not unique. I think Ollie Sykes really hit a unique era in Sempiternal. There were a lot of people yelling, or I guess you would say like Fry singing, distorted singing, the way that Ollie kind of did in Sempiternal. But I think he really popularized it. He has a very specific sound to it, and it influenced other bands like While She Sleeps, uh, and I don't feel that this was a unique style for them. I don't feel like they had found themselves yet. This was kind of, we want to make these songs like these bands. We're influenced by these bands. Let's wear these influences on our sleeves. So, yeah, that was not something I'm going to go out of my way to listen to. Like I said, I didn't have an issue listening to it. It's not like it's too extreme for my ears. I just not a big fan of it. Not enough to go out of my way to listen to it. Maybe I'll do some more reactions to the rest of this album. But as for right now, this song makes me feel like I'm okay not owning this one. I enjoy Sempiternal. I have to own that album. This one, if someone put it on in a car, I jam out, but I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase it. That's kind of where I'm sitting. But let me know what you guys think. Was that too extreme for you? Are you more of a Ludens fan? Did you come in at Sempiternal and even this is a bit too extreme? Do you think that their new stuff is just completely missing something that they had here? Is just that raw aggression? Let me know in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you like, subscribe, smash that like button, hit the bell, whatever YouTubers are saying these days for to call to arms to get you guys to help out. And yeah, I will see you next time on Critical Reactions.